Hello and welcome to episode 36 of the Something Something podcast with me, Dan.
And me, Kev.
Welcome back and thank you for downloading this delicious episode.
I'd like to start with a shout out to the Countdown podcast, Paul and Wayne. We was on their show as guests last week and had a blast.
Yeah, that was fantastic. That countdown of the worst game to film adaptation, so we thank you for that.
Yeah, it's a blast. It's ripping the movie game films to shreds. But that was then, this is now, and we're going to go into some strange news. Yep, so this is a part of the show where we just find strange news and what's trending all over the world for your benefit and for our benefit to laugh at and to make jokes of. So, Dan, what have you found?
I found a couple of bits. Obviously, the most talked about thing on Twitter at the moment is the blizzard in New York City.
Okay.
And that is just... Have you been following that?
No, I haven't, no.
How have you not seen it on the news?
I am a hermit.
I'm a hermit too, but I do watch the news.
I don't like the news.
That's why I am the news guy.
Yeah, you fill me in the news, not literally. But...
Can you fill me in? Basically, there was a lottery win recently in the UK, almost like the Powerball, but not as much as the Powerball. The Powerball went to a ridiculous
amount.
amount.
190 million quadrillion dollars.
Yeah, it's just like
$100 million.
$1 billion. Yeah, thanks.
I wish.
The Austin Powers quip there. The 33 million lotto ticket, it was more than that. It was like 70 to 80 million, wasn't it? So it's 33 million shared between two winning tickets.
Right, okay.
One obviously claimed it, that was in Scotland, but the other one is nowhere to be found. But apparently, a woman has found her 33 million lotto ticket damaged in the wash.
What?
And now she's saying, Camelot, save me! Camelot is not like a joke there.
Camelot, the horse.
Camelot is the
rides in.
is the UK operator of
the lottery. Yeah, lottery. Yeah.
Camelot. And she found it damaged in the wash, so it said like the barcode was washed off, and so was the serial number. But she's gone back into the store and be like, "Can we do anything with it?" Apparently, Camelot is aware of it. And they're going to look into it, but...
So, basically, when someone has won on the lottery, they have to ring up the line, don't they? The Camelot line, and give their reference number and barcode of the ticket, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so and that's the claim you're winning, so they can check it against the system that it's not a fake ticket, etc. But obviously, this unlucky lady has left it in her jeans pocket.
Also...
Why would you do that?
No, yeah, I don't know.
Very
Stupid
odd.
Idiot.
33 million down the drain, potentially.
Yeah, and basically the other thing in like the land of the good old Reddit. The most shared thing at the moment and talked about, again going back to the blizzard, a wife has convinced her husband to go out in the blizzard dressed as Death.
No, I saw this.
I did
see it, yeah.
You saw this.
It was on the front page of the Reddit Nation.
Yes, it is, and that's like the most talked about thing at the moment. And it does look actually quite amazing.
Yeah.
Like his photo. So if you're on Reddit, check it out.
If you were driving by that,
yeah,
would that shut you up?
The blizzard's gonna get me!
Would it shut you up? You just saw Death.
Or I would be like, what the hell is he doing?
Needs a scythe.
He needs the Seath thing.
Seath.
Yeah.
Scythe? Scythe?
No, I don't know. It's
a scythe.
No, it's a Seath.
Seath.
The thing, yeah. Scythe,
hook
Seath.
thing.
No, it's not hook. It's
a
blade.
Hook. It's a blade hook thing, isn't it?
It's a blade claw.
Claw thing, yeah, he needs that. But that would shut you up if you just drove down the street and saw that happen. Yeah, I would drive Death away.
Don't do that.
Don't get me, Death. It's not my time yet.
No, well, he must be freezing though.
I haven't finished Breaking Bad.
I hope he had a lot of freaking layers on under that, because that was
he would probably freeze his nuts off if he didn't.
Yeah, and that's the highlights this week. Not massive stuff.
What's trending on Twitter right now?
Trending right now.
Right this second, live.
Us. I wish.
I wish.
But
not us.
It's not.
Aside from that.
No, yeah. The number one thing is Blizzard, like I said.
It's Blizzard.
The next thing is, what the hell?
What the hell?
Growing up with my name.
Okay.
62,000 tweets about that.
What's that about?
It's a hashtag called growing up with my name. It means having to spell it out every time I introduce myself to a stranger. That's someone called Ziril.
What would you say then, growing up with your name?
Growing up with my name, well, it's Daniel, Dan, and I'm the man. Dan rhymes with anything.
Dan the man. Yeah, mine doesn't, that's the problem.
Dan the baker's man, Dan the flying man, Dan the man that can, Dan the dustbin man. See what
That's
I mean?
very good. Whereas I just got Kevin Bevin.
Kevin, the thing.
The thing. Kevin, yeah, doesn't rhyme.
So yeah, that's quite cool.
I'm jealous of your name that rhymes.
Third is BBL final.
BBL, that's isn't that netball or something? Or no, maybe not. I'm making it up.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. It's a sport.
It is.
Tell me.
A sport. I have no. It's cricket. I think something to do with cricket. BBL cricket.
Oh, it is cricket. Yeah, I hate cricket.
Yeah, I'm not a cricket fan. So
boring.
who gives a rubbish?
Shit
Except for
about
you,
cricket
fans. Yeah, and Unbreak My Heart is the fourth.
Hashtag. Don't go unbreaking my heart.
Yeah, Unbreak My Heart. I think it's just people adding it to
There's
their...
something that you didn't want to hear.
Don't go breaking my heart.
It's a good song. It's a great, it's a great song.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's the main news for this week. Catch us, obviously, next week for more strange news and what's trending in the world.
Right now.
Right
there
now.
and then. Thank you.
We're going to pop over to Pod and Family promotion podcast at the moment. If you don't know what Pod and Family is, it's hashtag Pod and Family on Twitter, where us podcasters get together and help each other out. So right
like
now,
the Avengers.
Yeah, so we're gonna
of podcasts.
we're gonna throw to that, and then maybe another one later on in the show, or a couple more, and we'll be right back.
Your guide to cinema etiquette from the Countdown Movie and TV Reviews podcast. Tip 43.
When attending the cinema with your good friends or significant other, don't assume anyone else has any interest in what you have to say. So, always remember...
Whisper, fuckface! It's not rocket science. For more useful cinema etiquette, join Paul and Wayne on the Countdown Movie and TV Reviews podcast at Podomatic on iTunes or your favourite podcast app.
And we're back from that lovely promo from our friends in Australia, the Countdown podcast.
Paul and Wayne,
yes.
thank you.
Love you.
Dan,
yes.
we've been missing something recently.
What's that?
The classics.
Yeah, we haven't done the classics in a while, have we?
I think we should bring the classics back.
Okay, it's time
We should
for
do
some lovely retro classics.
Classics. Classics of the wiki classics, where we recall our favourite movies and games.
Yeah.
Yep, they're back, the classics.
We are aiming to do the classics every week. I miss the classics.
I do miss the classics. It's what we're here, it's what we are, it's who we are.
We cover everything, and including the retro classics.
So this is where we will go back in time through or how old we are, and we'll just try and find something that we loved as a kid, or as an adult, or something recently. But to us, it's a classic, and we feel it deserves to be mentioned. So, Dan, what is your first movie classic?
Movie classic, which is recent, which my 4-year-old actually picked out of the cupboard. I'm like, you want to watch that? I'll put it on anyway. And it was Look Who's Talking Now.
Never seen it.
Which is Bruce Willis that voices Mikey the baby.
Right.
And it's where the babies are like talking, but as like an adult voice.
Right.
It's a comedy, and it's like almost romantic as well. John Travolta's in it.
Oh.
He's like the stepdad to Mikey.
Yeah.
Because the other guy was just... It's quite almost like sexual in a way as well. It's got like, at the beginning, it's got like swimming sperm going, yeah, let's get to that egg. It's quite a funny.
It's always a good way to start a film.
Film, I quite like it. So that, overall, I think I won't talk about it too much. So I want you to watch it now.
Go ahead, tell me, I'll watch it. But
yeah, watch it. It's just a romantic sort of comedy where the children, obviously speaking as an adult voice, Bruce Willis marks the main. I don't ask me about the other voices because I don't know who voices them because it's been so long.
So it's a live action film.
Yeah, it's live.
Yeah.
It's not like animated.
I was
or
going to say,
anything.
it sounds animated.
No, yeah, it does.
Babies walking around like.
It was really well made though.
How old is it?
It's like they're young in it. John Travolta was young. We're looking like 80s here, early 90s, late 80s. I can't remember the actual date. I'll tell you about the date if I can pull it up.
So you didn't buy this film then?
Yeah, we got it on DVD.
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah, I think we've had it years.
Oh, right.
Like,
Where'd you find that?
I think the missus bought it, so she had it in the cupboard. I think she liked it as well.
Good one of them car boot styles, probably.
There's also a follow-on. It's like Luke Who's Talking. I think there's 3 of them. But there's one that's actually like dogs. They're like puppies and dogs that are speaking like people's voices. It goes a bit OTT after that.
Sounds
So
a
I
bit
think
crazy.
they should just not bother with the dog one. But
No.
yeah, what's your movie of the year.
Yeah, well, a very good choice, good sir. My one is again, it's quite recent in relation to classics as per se. My one is a film that starred a very good man, Ryan Reynolds. Obviously, of coming up to Deadpool fame. But this film, I think, for me, was one of his best and still is. It's Buried. Have you seen it?
Of course, I've seen it.
Yes.
The ending still pisses me off to this day.
Buried, yes. So Buried, for those that haven't seen it, and if that's the case, why? Because Buried is amazing. It's a film basically where it's entirely set within one scene. Ryan Reynolds wakes up, he's in a coffin, he has no idea how he got there or where he is. He's a bit all over the place, he's got a phone, he's got a lighter, and that's it. And the whole film is set in this coffin. And it's just incredible. I don't know how they done it, how they made it, and it's just like how the film flows, and it's so like on your edge as well.
Yeah.
And in the space that he's got to move in, there's so much tension in this film, and who he finds out where he is and how he come from, and it's even the whole like there's a scene when a snake comes into the crate as well, and like the tension on that and the camera angles and the zooms and stuff is like, this is just ridiculously good, but such a good film, really tense, and yeah, probably one of the most worst endings in terms of like they just screwed over the audience.
Yeah, it's
one of them ones that's like so close to this guy has to be saved, and it's like, will he, won't he? And it's just like, oh my god, the last bit, the very last bit is just, yeah, you have to watch it. It's so good.
It's almost like tear jerking.
I watched it in the cinema, and I literally, when the ending happens, I literally was like, I sat up in my seat and was like, no, and I was so shocked. But
it was crazy.
Brilliant film. But yeah, definitely watch it. Definitely recommend it.
Going back to my movie, it was released in 1993.
Oh, was it?
So I was late.
So
80s,
I was
early
4
90s.
years old when that was released.
I was about 7 or 8 nearly. Yeah.
4 years old.
You young thing.
It's crazy how the films are like now. I like all the old films. Like all the classics.
It's like, we love the classics.
I love the classics.
It's the game of the week, is it now?
Movies are done, and it's now on to games. Classic games. What is your classic game
My
of the
classic
week?
game of the week is a classic.
Very classic?
It's really classic, like early Mega Drive.
Was it Mega Drive?
Even before that, I think it was on as well.
Interesting. Go on in.
Outrun.
Outrun. The car game.
Yeah, the car
The
game.
Ferrari game.
Yeah, you're in the car.
Yeah.
It's just like a racing track, and there's different versions and stuff. Well, I say different versions. There's not that many different versions. It's just Outrun, and it's a racing game.
Yeah.
But it's very basic. It's like 2D pretty much, isn't it? Going borderline.
You had to drift around the corners.
Yeah, drift around corners, and it's like deserts and things you go through.
Yeah. Wasn't this in the arcade?
It was in the arcade as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's on the Mega Drive. I can double check that.
Double check it.
And-
But yeah, Outrun is a very good choice. I remember playing that when I was very wee young little lad. But yeah, I think arcade more than anything else, definitely. When I played it, when was it released?
We're looking at Outrun now. It's come out early. It was Sega Mega Drive. I knew it was.
Was Mega Drive?
It was on Mega Drive, and the initial release in arcade was 1986.
Wow. I didn't know it was that old.
Yeah, Master System 87, 88. Mega Drive was 91. That's what I remember it on in the 91 one. It even come out recently, which is I didn't know about.
It did,
actually.
yeah. It did.
Nintendo 3DS.
Oh, okay.
In 2015.
But it had another
I think it's had obviously a graphic.
next gen update as well. Outrun 2 or something came out recently.
Oh yeah, I'm just looking at Outrun itself.
Yeah, there's a second one I think that came out on the Xbox and PlayStation 3, and it added a bit more challenges to it. Added like a
Outrun
leaderboard.
2. We got
Was it PS?
2003, 2004, 2007 on PlayStation 2,
Oh wow, okay.
and Xbox itself 2004,
The
2005.
first Xbox.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
So that's fairly recent, but the most is the Nintendo.
Very good classic.
Yeah.
Very
What's
good.
yours?
That makes me want to play it again now.
Yeah, I love Outrun.
Yeah. So my one, again, is quite recent in terms of classics. It's the very first Condemned. Condemned.
On the
Which-
PS3, yeah?
I think it was PS3.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in terms of, obviously, I love horror films. So in terms of trying to get a horror film into a game, it's quite hard because I think some of them have been pretty poor, not scary. With this game, put you in the hot seat. So you were a character. You didn't have access to a lot of weapons. So basically, you started out in some weird building, and it's quite derelict. You're trying to find your way, trying to find your identity, going through. You're seeing nut jobs walk around. Just walk around. So you could be going around in a corridor, and you're in a hospital, like a mental hospital, and this guy just walks across you in front of you, like, and it plays like music, like proper loud. You're like, shit, where's he gone? And he'll come back and find you as well. Like, the AI was incredible. But I remember there's this scene where I remember going into I was playing it with my friend, and we was going into this room, and we didn't have you don't get rarely any weapons, which is fucking like shit scary anyway, because you've got hands to punch and maybe a pipe to use. And we went into this room, and we saw this guy go in there, and he wasn't around. So I was like, okay, maybe he's going around the corner. You get a torch as well. So I'm like, should we just turn the torch on? Because it's pretty dark in here. Turn the torch on, and the guy is right in front of us. Literally right in our face. And he just literally just like slaps us and starts punching us. We're like, shit, get out. And we run back, and we walk into two more guys. And we're like, fuck, we're going to die. It's so scary, but it's really fulfilling, because you haven't got any weapons, so you're so like, you've got to probably think out your moves, your strategies and stuff.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't just go into a room where you've seen three men go into it, and just be like, shit, let's go and do this. But no, that's why I like it.
It's a good game. Yeah, I was too scared to play it. I'll admit that.
Yeah,
I didn't want to play it on my own.
And the sequel, Condemned 2, is complete opposite. It's shit. You're overpowered. You've got early access to a lot of guns and weapons, so you feel strong. You don't feel like anything that comes out, you can just take it on. It's not scary because you can take it on. Your strength, you're really powerful. So yeah, Condemned. If you haven't played it, give it a go. I'm sure you can find it for like 50p nowadays.
Yeah,
like
50 pence.
All good game stores.
All good British game stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That was our
classics of the week.
Thanks for joining us on that, and we'll have more classics every week now.
Going forward.
And if you've got any suggestions for classics or anything that you've got a favourite about,
absolutely, yeah,
tweet us and we'll give you a shout out and mention your classic of the week
and our opinion of it as well.
Moving forward, we have another promotion from the Podden family, and we'll be right back straight after this.
Hey guys, it's Epic Film Guy Nick from the Real Rundown podcast, and if you'd like to hear the latest in news, in reviews, especially for comic book cinema, big blockbusters, we do a lot of indie stuff too. We do the old, we do the present, we do the future, and I have a lot of rants. I get pretty angry about stuff, especially if it involves Ewoks. And both myself and Epic Film Guy Justin, we just love to talk about movies. We'd love to talk to you about movies. We'd love to have you guest on the show or listen. So you can check us out over at epicfilmguys.podbean.com. Thank you very much for giving us a chance, and we'll see you at the movies.
Hello, welcome back. Thank you to that promo at the Epic Film Guys, Nick and Justin. Definitely worth checking them out.
Yes, absolutely. Now moving on to our What's Happening on the Movie Scene section. So this is just where probably mostly myself will get some movie news, and me and Dan will just discuss what's happening and our thoughts on that particular subject. So Suicide Squad, the latest trailer came out.
For God's sake.
Trailer 2 for Suicide Squad. What are your thoughts, Dan?
I don't know now.
Yeah.
I'm on the bench.
I am too. I
don't know if I want to fucking watch it. I mean, first of all, there's no point in putting that, is this the real life? That music didn't even need to be in it at all.
So the second trailer has Queen Bohemian Rhapsody as the background track.
That doesn't need to be in it.
It doesn't suit it at all, in my opinion.
No, not at all.
No.
They could have just done it without it. It would have been fine. The whole thing just looks a bit sloppy and a bit of a mess at the moment.
Yeah. And it's a shame because there's a really good director doing it, and I'm just like, he's done other films and they've been awesome. So this just looks so over the top, and the cast don't look really like the characters. Harley Quinn looks a bit too hot.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like, she's kind of hot in the comics, but like she just looks too. I don't know. Yeah.
She's not as curvy.
Not as crazy enough. She doesn't look as crazy. Like,
she needs to be a bit more makeup or something. I don't know.
Yeah, a bit out there, but I'm not sure. I just think it looks. I will probably watch it because I can.
Yeah, I'm not. You got the unlimited card power.
I had the power to watch any film I like. Unlimited, £16.99 a month. But yeah, I will probably watch it. But It just looks. I'm more intrigued as well. So
Yeah.
I'm just to
Hopefully it'll be really good, but from
I'm
the
not
trailer
sure.
point of view, they haven't really sold it to me.
And as this is the general consensus of the opinion online, is that people are very unsure about this film. Don't know where it's going to go. Yes, it is a part of the new universe they're doing with Batman and Superman and everything going forward. It's a part of the Justice League universe. There was a scene, wasn't there, a while ago? What a scene! It was someone captured Batman on top of one of the cars in this film. So will we get a Batman cameo? Might do, maybe. So who knows? But yeah, that's certainly one of the things that we'll soon find out. Not very sure on that. We're moving on to another one, which I don't know if you're going to be happy with this, because I know you like this film. And in relation to recently, obviously, David Bowie passing away 2 weeks ago. It's very sad. This is tied in with that. Labyrinth, the film. Have you seen it?
Labyrinth. Oh, you're going to talk about the freaking reboot, aren't you?
Have you seen the film?
Of course I've seen the original.
Yes.
I love it.
So this is now, we're in the 30th year, so it's the 30th anniversary of Labyrinth, and of course it's a brilliant cult classic film. But yet again, movie producers, as always, like to go and fuck things up with old films and decide for some reason that they need to be retold or rebooted, and it's just like, no. So yes, they do plan to reboot Labyrinth.
Yeah, I'm not happy about this. And a lot of fans have spoken out already and said, no!
Especially-
the outrage on Twitter and Facebook has been
Especially
ridiculous.
now that that film has immortalised David Bowie in it. You can't go and reboot it now.
No.
It's a part of his legacy now. You know, it's just like, really? But it's a bit up in the air, because I've seen that they want to reboot it and then they want to do a sequel. So it's kind of like...
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. Either one
No.
sounds bad. Either I hate this reboot/sequel thing. Either doing one or the other. You can't do both.
No, yeah, sorry. Get out the window.
They did that with Star Trek. It kind of worked and kind of didn't. That was a reboot/sequel.
Even the newest... sorry, I'm talking about Star Trek again.
Yeah.
Like, the newest trailer for that looks a bit poo.
It does.
It's not even in space again. It's on the freaking ground. Just go flying around battling ships.
Looks very poo indeed. Yeah, so I'm totally against this.
Yeah, I am against Labyrinth. But if they do it well... I mean, I'm intrigued to see what it's like you say, with Suicide Squad and stuff, but I'm not holding any hopes.
No. Moving on. So recently, there's a lot of fan theories going around about Rey in Star Wars: The Force Awakens, of
Right.
who she actually is and who are her parents.
Right.
So a lot of theories. The most obvious
It's
theory
Luke's daughter, yeah.
is that it's Luke's daughter.
Yeah.
But everyone's saying that's too obvious, because then why wouldn't they reveal that in that film, which they probably should have done, if that is the case. But there's one fan who's taken it a step further, and he's just got this balls out crazy theory, and some people thinking, yeah, that could be it, and some people thinking, no, you're barking up the wrong tree, what the hell are you playing at? So, this theory, they reckon, or this guy reckons, that Rey is a reincarnation of Anakin Skywalker.
Are you shitting me?
No. And he's saying this because when she touches the lightsaber, she gets a flashback of what happened. She's naturally a gifted pilot and mechanic and a fighter, which Anakin Skywalker is.
Oh my god.
And she can use the Force with very little training as well, which she has done.
That's an impressive...
And there's a bit at the end when she's fighting Kylo Ren, she fights him quite easily and beats him quite easily as well.
She uses the Force to grab the lightsaber quite easily as well, didn't she? And he's like
Yeah,
trying to get
exactly.
it off her.
So this would make sense if it happened.
I suppose.
It's trying to fit it in. He went into more detail as well, which we can send you guys the link on Twitter of how much detail, and he went into a lot of detail.
That is a lot of detail.
In terms of her
People don't
age,
have lives, do they?
and also a reason that because Anakin Skywalker hates sand and she hates sand as well. It's kind of like all linked in, and I don't know. It's crazy, but it's kind of like it could happen.
It's a possibility.
But
Yeah, we got some people
how
that
do
go
you
top.
introduce that into the film going forward? Like, how do you? The idea is that she's a reincarnation of a previous
Suppose
character.
what, they could use they could skip to an image of like the Force and like him going into a baby in someone's womb.
Yeah, certainly out of all the theories out there, that's certainly one of the craziest. But I don't know. I think it's quite cool. I like the fact that fans have their own theories. It was like the one recently with the whole Batman vs Superman, and that Batman isn't Batman. He's Deathstroke, and Christian Bale's Batman has gone a bit.
That was blown out of the water.
That was blown out of the water. Christian Bale recently said himself that he's not in the film, and it's just fans taking it one step further. But this is why this industry is crazy, because fans have their theories and fans have their wants, and it's will it, won't it? So I guess we'll find out in episode 8.
Yes.
Episode 8, yes.
Yeah.
I think then.
Yes.
Doing the Roman numerals.
It's been so many.
But they're thinking that this Star Wars Rogue One could actually tie in with episode 7 in some way. Very
Yeah,
little.
it's all
or not.
linked.
It's all linked in some way.
somewhere.
But I'm actually quite looking forward to Rogue One. I think it's going to be really good.
Rogue One.
Yeah. I like the
Yeah.
idea that it's not linked to the main storyline, and the idea of it sounds pretty cool, just sending these bunch of rebels into...
Yeah, I might wait, because, it's got no lightsabers or force in it, but...
It probably won't do as well as episode 7.
No, but it's got something, to tie you until the following year.
Yeah. So, again, in relation to more reboots, as always, because this is the way we are now, there's no more original ideas anymore. People just like to go, oh, what film needs rebooting now? Let's try this one. This isn't even a reboot. This one is just I don't know if you've heard of it. So, Die Hard. Well, you know Die Hard is a crazy, good, awesome film.
Yeah.
The sequel, Die Hard 2, was still okay.
Yeah, it's right.
Die Hard 3, brilliant, with a vengeance. Die Hard 4, actually quite good as well.
Yeah, I didn't mind Die Hard 4.
Then you had the other 2 after that, and was there another one after that? There was 2 more, wasn't there?
Was there?
I think so. Oh,
I
there was Live Free Die Hard where his son came into it or something like that. And that
I
was
didn't
the
even
shit
know
one.
that.
That was the last one. But now, for some reason, they want to do a prequel to Die Hard.
Okay. So before the original.
Before the original Nakatomi Plaza, awesome Alan Rickman sadly passed away recently as well.
Yeah, that's right. Rest in
Film.
peace.
And yeah, I just don't get. Are people asking for these films? Are people saying, I want to know the backstory to John McClane and how he became who he is and stuff? And who's actually asking this? I don't really.
He's a copper. So is it going to be like a copper story and he gets it,
And who's going to play it? Because obviously not going to be Bruce
No,
Willis.
he's getting on a bit.
Slightly old now, so.
Mm.
But yeah, I just thought this was just stupid. Again, it's just producers and stuff trying to tie to franchises on the way, and it just proves that franchises die. Look at Terminator. The last one was dreadful.
Yeah.
It didn't help that the twist in the trailer ruined the film anyway. When they let that slip in, it's kind of like
it just revealed it.
Yeah, it's revealed who he is. Thanks for that. Yeah. But franchises now are they're not as bankable as they used to be. Disney tried it recently, well, not recently, but with John Carter, they tried to do a franchise. Spent a lot of money on the film, graphics, effects, and it plopped. It absolutely just shat all over everything in the cinema and didn't do well, and they lost a lot of money on it. So, but obviously they got that back now because Star Wars and everything else. But yeah, interesting.
Interesting.
And one more thing, just quickly, to touch on more reboots. The Mummy. They've been trying to reboot The Mummy for quite a while now. Again,
after the second one, it was just done.
Again, the first one with Brendan Fraser. He hasn't done anything recently. But a good film, The Mummy.
Yeah, The Mummy 1 and maybe the 2 was all right.
I didn't even bother with the third one.
Yeah,
Jet Li in, didn't
I
it?
saw it. It wasn't great. But it's just the same old slapdash comedy. Yeah. I hate mummies! Yeah. Now fuck off.
Yeah.
No more, thanks.
I remember actually a while ago, when the original were coming out, I went to Blockbuster and my parents rented the Mummy film, believing it was going to be the one that we're talking about now. But it wasn't. It was a crappy, just random straight DVD horror film called The Mummy. And it's just about this guy in bandages walking around killing people.
No. Oh my day.
I was like, I think this is the wrong Mummy film. But yeah, that was funny.
Cool.
But, so with the reboot, they've been trying to do it for quite a while now. They want Tom Cruise to star in it. And he actually has signed on, apparently, to be the leading man.
Yeah, I'll watch it then.
Thinking he's a big name. He can get people to come and watch it. He's quite a bankable action star, isn't he? With
He's
Mission
got that,
Impossible and
Mr.
everything.
George of the fucking Jungle, slapdash comedy.
Yeah.
He's in alright a few films, so I must
But I reckon they're going down a more serious route. And going forward, they want to turn the Mummy and his monster films into like a mini Avengers style sort of action film. So they want like Frankenstein and things, and Vampire, what's his name? The vampire guy.
Yeah.
Van Helsing. They want all these people to come in and eventually be in the same film together. So kind of like a monster movie mashup. It's just pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll be...
They're doing the same thing with King Kong and Godzilla going forward as well in years to come. So
Yeah.
King Kong versus Godzilla, it's going to be really odd because the size difference in that is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just going to be a bit crazy.
But yeah, that's it for me and your movie news.
Excellent. Thanks you, Kev, for that lovely movie section. that's all for this week.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Sadly. So Dan, tell the good people where they can find us.
They can find us on Twitter at the Something Pod, capital T, capital S, capital P, at Gmail, which is podsomethingcast@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook, / the Something Pod. Instagram is also the Something Pod. So we're all on those channels.
We're everywhere.
We're even on YouTube, so catch us on there as well. For
Yes.
links, they'll be in the Twitter.
Please subscribe, tweet, share, follow. Any of that will be amazing, so thank you in advance if you do.
So we are the Something Something Podcast, signing off for this week.
And we'll catch you next time.
Yes, thank you very much for listening. Take it easy.
Goodbye.